Hey, yo, what up? What's going on, MMA fans? It's the boy, MMA Genius, back at it again. This time, I want to talk about a little video I just saw about Rashad Evans responding to Rampage and the fans. Now, I want to say this. you know, um, I can start to tell and I can start to see that Rashad is getting a little frustrated with the fans. You know, MMA fans are, if you're just an overall fan of any sport, just check it out, man. All right, hear me out. You have to recognize and you have to understand that these guys are human too. Just because they're fighting, what does that make them immortal? You're not human. What does that make them? You gotta understand. Some fans expect for fighters or anybody, just if you're a fan of somebody, you expect them to just be like walk around like a zombie and just always do what the fans say do and what the fans expect you to do. But as soon as you get a mind of your own and you start speaking up for yourself, the fans, they turn their back against you. In Rashad's case, they never really were for Rashad. I mean, there are a lot more people who like Rashad now than they used to. But honestly, I never had a problem with him. He just seemed like a guy that was, sure, I'm not gonna lie, he did have some moments where he seemed too cocky, but he's just a confident dude. He never really did anything that was disrespectful to me. You know what I'm saying? So, um, they talk about how his fight was boring with Rampage. Yeah, it wasn't the most exciting fight, but it wasn't the most boring fight either. It was a few entertaining moments in that fight, but you got to understand, when you go into a fight with a guy that you hate so much, yeah, you wish you can go in there and duke it out with him. You wish you can go in there and fight and try to take his head off. But winning means so much to you at that point, you just don't want to lose to that guy. You'll just hate it. You wouldn't be able to live with yourself if you lost. Period. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna do what it takes to win. You're gonna fight your game. He's gonna fight his game. You know, the Rashad, the one who knocked out Liddell and Griffin maybe would have went in there and tried to stand with Rampage, but a lot of people think because Rashad's got knocked out, he's gun shy. He may be a little gun shy, but he's not completely gun shy because in the Thiago Silva fight, a lot of people say that the fight was boring, but Rashad kicked his ass, man. Yeah, he landed that hit, but and all and had him, on them chicken legs, had him legs wobbling, but the whole fight he didn't do shit, man. Rashad Evans was striking, he was engaging with strikes, and he was mixing it up, taking them down. He didn't do anything while he had Thiago on the ground, but why didn't he? I can answer that. Thiago's too fucking strong. He's too fucking big. Rashad Evans, keep in mind, he's a small 205er, and he's dealing with these guys. And now to hold a big dude down Thiago Silva looks like that dude looks like he weighs about 220. Even when he's 205, the dude does not look 205 at all. He's just a real solid dude. You know what I'm saying? And Rashad took him down at will. He wasn't able to keep him down, but he took him down at will, and he had the better striking, if you ask me. Thiago just he kind of was able to reel Rashad in with the dancing around and the head movements and the taunting and all that, but he caught him, but he didn't finish. So that's his problem. Rashad's doing what he has to do to win fights. This is mixed martial arts. As far as Rampage, I'm starting to lose all respect for Rampage. I used to be a real big Rampage fan. But Rampage is just like another Tito to me almost. He's not as bad as Tito, but he is another Tito. One thing about Rampage, he always takes things back. He says things, then he takes it back. Says it, takes it back. I'm starting to think this guy's mentally retarded, like seriously. But I still got a lot of respect for Rampage. I still like him. Still like to see him fight. I just wish he wouldn't make so much excuses. Although he may have had some ring rust, but motherfucker, you the one that said you felt great. You never trained this hard for a fight. This and that, yada 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 yada. Then after the fight, then I guess ring rust is a factor. Come on, man. You got your head brought to you, man. You got outclassed, man. Just admit it, man. You lost, man. Period. Plain and simple. I don't know, man. I think Rampage needs to, just man up and take responsibility for, what he did. That's the only way he gonna get better. Like George St. Pierre told BJ Penn, don't stop trying to make excuses why you lost. Just deal with it and get better. That's the only way you're gonna learn. Period. And Rampage needs to learn that. And also, um, he made up all this shit about him and him and Forrest Griffin. You know, him and Forrest Griffin. He although I believe that the fight could have been scored a draw between him and Forrest Griffin, but Forrest may have pulled it off a little bit because he got the takedown. He held him down for almost a whole round. Got more leg kicks, but he did knock Forrest down a lot. But I guess if you're scoring on points and not damage, you have to give it to Forrest. But the fight was way too close for Rampage to be crying and bitching about it. But I can see how he kind of bitch a little bit because he was the champion. Like I say, a lot of people believe in the term believing that you have to beat the champion to take the champion's belt, not to win a decision. I don't agree with that because if you kick the champion's ass for 5 rounds, then you could take his belt. Now, if it's almost an even fight, I don't know. It's a toss up. But either way, Rampage lost. He keeps saying shit like, "Oh, I lost. I lost to Forrest. I didn't lose to Forrest." Then one day he said, "You know what? Forrest beat me fair and square." And then he comes back again and say, "Oh, I didn't lose that fight." Fucking retarded. You know what I'm saying? Seriously, man. But like I said, stop thinking Rashad Evans, and just anybody for that matter is, you know, you know, um, not gonna get mad. Reply. You fucking MMA. Not all of you, cause some of you are smart. You do know the sport well, but some of you MMA fans are just people who just drink and want to see a fucking brawl, man. This is not what this is about. You want to see that, go watch a street fight or something like that. But yeah, man. Don't get pissed off when a fighter speaks up and gives his opinion about the fans either, because some of you guys act like jackasses, but they just supposed to sit back and eat it and eat up whatever the fuck you're saying about them, all those fucking boos and shit like that. Get the fuck out of here, man.